after how long would you say you started to feel physical symptoms just from wearing the device?
There was eye strain after 45 minutes.
The Apple Vision Pro, a highly anticipated product, has been out in the world for about 3 months now. It's been enough time to take a good look and see if it's really as amazing as we hoped or if it's kind of a letdown. When something new comes out, especially from a big company like Apple, people get excited. They wonder if it's going to change the way we do things or if it's just another expensive gadget. That initial excitement can cloud our judgment, but after a while, the hype dies down and we can see things more clearly. So now that we've had a few months with the Vision Pro, it's time to ask some tough questions. Did it live up to the hype? Did it really change the game? Or is it just another expensive toy? In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the Vision Pro. Let's get right into it.
I think part of one of the reasons these returns are happening is people get into the store and they're like, holy wow, this is amazing. And then they get home and then they realize, I'm not going to use this thing so much. And I paid a lot of money.
Apple Vision Pro. The Apple Vision Pro is making waves in the world of virtual reality, VR, with its unique ability to make the virtual scene real. Unlike other VR headsets, the Vision Pro creates an experience where it feels like you're looking through a window, even though there's a solid covering in front of your eyes. What makes this possible? It all comes down to one thing: low latency. Early reviews of the Vision Pro have been positive, with users reporting little to no noticeable delay.
Basically, the eye tracking in this headset, as it looks at your eyes and keeps track of where your eyes move around, is the closest thing that I've experienced to like magic. Like I normally don't call tech things sort of magical or surreal like this, but this was, even for a pre-release product, kind of unbelievable how well it.
This is a big deal because it means the virtual world feels more real, more immersive. And that's what VR is all about, right? So let's take a closer look at how Apple has managed to make the Vision Pro feel so real. Low latency. Low latency is the secret sauce behind the Apple Vision Pro's realistic feel. But what exactly is latency? It's the time it takes for something to happen after you've done it. Imagine pressing a button and there's a delay before something actually happens on the screen. That's latency. Apple says the Vision Pro has a latency of just 12 milliseconds. That might sound like a tiny amount of time, but it's crucial for making the virtual world feel real. If there's too much delay, you'll notice a mismatch between what you see and what's actually happening. That can ruin the whole experience. Technological innovation. Apple didn't just stumble upon low latency by accident. They've put some serious tech behind it. One key player is the R1 chip. This little powerhouse, along with the Vision OS operating system, ensures that everything runs smoothly and quickly inside the headset. The R1 chip handles important tasks like tracking your head and eyes in real time.
But the first thing you have to do is calibrate your eyes, and there's a short calibration session. It's about, turns out 2 minutes, and you're in. And this is where the magic happens.
Meanwhile, the Vision OS makes sure everything happens exactly when it's supposed to. It's like having a super efficient traffic cop inside your headset, directing all the data traffic to prevent jams and delays. This combination of hardware and software innovation is what sets the Vision Pro apart from other VR headsets. It's not just about fancy graphics or immersive sound. It's about making you truly feel like you're part of another world. And with the Vision Pro, that world feels closer and more real than ever before. R1 chip specifications. Now let's take a closer look at the brains behind the operation, the R1 chip. This little chip might not look like much, but it's packing some serious power. One impressive stat is its memory bandwidth, which is a fancy way of saying how fast it can move data around. The R1 chip boasts a memory bandwidth of 250 gigabytes per second.
R1 ensures that experiences feel like they're taking place right in front of your eyes. We also thought hard about how others can interact with you while wearing Vision Pro. EyeSight utilizes a unique curved OLED panel with a lenticular lens to project the correct perspective of your eyes to each person looking at you.
That's as fast as some of the best graphics cards out there. But why does a VR headset need such a powerful chip? Well, it's because the Vision Pro has to handle a lot of data. From tracking your movements to processing images from multiple cameras, the R1 chip needs to be up to the task. Real-time operating system, RTOS. Now let's talk about the operating system that makes it all happen, Vision OS. Think of an operating system like the boss of a computer or a headset. It tells everything what to do and when to do it. But Vision OS is special. It's a real-time operating system, or RTOS for short. What makes an RTOS different? Well, it's all about timing. While regular operating systems might let tasks wait their turn to get processed, an RTOS makes sure important tasks get done right away. It's like having a super organized schedule where everything has its time slot and nothing gets left behind. For the Vision Pro, this means that even when lots of things are happening at once, like tracking your head movements or processing images from the cameras, everything happens smoothly and without delay. That's crucial for making the virtual world feel real. Market. So the Apple Vision Pro launched in February 2024, and since then, it has been the talk of the town. But how well has it really done in the market? Well, for that, let's look at the numbers. Since its launch, the Apple Vision Pro has sold nearly 200,000 units. That's right, 200,000. And on launch day alone, they had stocked around 80,000 units. Impressive, isn't it? With a price tag of $3,499 per unit, you can imagine the kind of revenue Apple has generated. Although the exact figures aren't publicly available, it's safe to say that Apple has made a significant amount.
They're putting in their first preparations to bring the device internationally for the first time. So we're talking about mainland China, Hong Kong, Singapore, Germany, France, potentially Canada and the UK and a couple other places. This is a big expansion, over 5 countries at one time for this device. Now, why is this so important? The headset, it got off to a running start in the US initially, the early adopters chiming in, the early adopters.
Moving on to market performance. The demand for the Apple Vision Pro was higher than Apple originally expected. In fact, US shipments were expected to be between 200,000 to 250,000 units this year, better than Apple's original estimate of 150,000 to 200,000 units. But wait, there's more to the story. Despite the high demand and impressive sales, there's a serious decline. Yes, you heard it right. The demand for Vision Pro demos is way down, and people who do book appointments often don't show up. Sales have reportedly gone from a couple of units a day to just a handful in a whole week. So what could have caused this? There are several reasons, starting with the price point.
As for those who are wondering, is it really a good idea to bring these devices out in public? We've all seen these videos. Guys, the truth is, these devices are not designed to work in motion, which is to say, the features are not as effective when you're moving. They're meant for home or for office. We did, of course, also reach out to Apple to find out more information about how many of these devices have actually been returned. So far, we have not heard back.
Reasons for failure. Price point. The main reason is the price. The Vision Pro costs $3,500, which is a lot of money. Apple usually makes expensive things, but this is even more expensive than usual. People think that if they spend this much, they should get something really special. But the Vision Pro is not as good as they expected. For the same price, you could buy a really good MacBook Pro that can do many things and will last a long time. But the Vision Pro can only do a few things. It's cool to have a new tech thing to wear, but it doesn't seem worth the big price. And if you need to buy more parts for it, it costs even more. Lack of utility. Another problem is that the Vision Pro is not very useful. It's supposed to let you watch videos in a new way, but that's not enough for the price. It doesn't do anything new that your computer or phone can't already do. It's just an extra thing for your other Apple products. It doesn't change the way you use technology in a big way. Compared to an iPad, which has many useful things, the Vision Pro doesn't offer much. Comparison with other Apple products. Now let's compare apples to apples, so to speak. When you look at the Vision Pro next to other Apple products, it's hard not to be disappointed. The iPad, despite its flaws, offers a larger screen and more features. The Vision Pro, however, is just a pair of glasses for using other Apple devices, which seems unnecessary. Absence of a killer app. Apple's past innovations like the Mac and iPhone set high standards, but the Vision Pro doesn't live up to them. You know how some products have that one thing that makes them really special? Like the iPod with its 1,000 songs in your pocket.
Trying to check your phone with the Vision Pro might be the single most annoying thing about this headset. Like, dog, it's a $3,500 Apple product. How is the ecosystem experience going to be bad? First of all, unlocking it's super annoying because Face ID obviously won't work. Once it's unlocked, you're not actually looking at the screen. You're looking at the screen through cameras. And if you've ever recorded a TV screen on your phone, you'll know it doesn't really look right. You should be able to look at your phone screen, hit a button, and screen mirror to the headset like you can with the Mac. And the fact that you can't really doesn't make sense. It's a no-brainer feature.
Or the iPhone with its touch screen? Well, the Vision Pro doesn't have that. It's expensive and lacks a standout feature or killer app that defines great products. The Vision Pro's cool tech isn't enough to excite users without a unique, life-changing feature. It's seen as just another costly gadget. Initially, there was excitement for features like immersive 3D environments, but they're still missing, leading to disappointment and speculation that the developers are struggling to fulfill early promises. Comparison with gaming devices. Let's talk about gaming for a minute. When you compare the Vision Pro to gaming consoles like PlayStation or Xbox, it's clear it's not made for serious gaming. It can't run top games like Beat Saber, and spending $3,500 on it doesn't make sense for gamers. Some people might try to tell you that Apple Arcade is gaming, but let's be real, it's not. It's more like a bunch of mobile games that you can play on your phone or tablet. And when you compare that to the big boys of gaming, it's hard not to be disappointed. Failure to transform user experience. When you think about revolutionary products, what comes to mind? Maybe stuff like the iPhone or the Mac, right? Well, the Vision Pro just doesn't stack up. It's just an accessory that doesn't add much to what we already have.
I wear this for more than 2 hours, I get a real bad migraine and my forehead just starts to hurt.
For such a high price, people expect a product that makes them think, this is something I can't live without. Unfortunately, the Vision Pro isn't that product. It's likely to be remembered as just another gadget, not a milestone in Apple's history.
A couple months ago, I dropped my Apple Vision Pro. No. Don't worry, this is just a reenactment, but this did actually happen. Luckily, nothing broke, but it did get a little bit of a scuff right there in the middle.
It needs to offer a new essential experience to be considered more. Until it can change the way we do things, it's just another expensive toy. Conclusion. So what's the verdict on the Vision Pro? Well, it's pretty clear that it's not living up to the hype. For a device that costs $3,500, you'd expect a lot more. But unfortunately, it's just not delivering. So if you're thinking about buying one, you might want to think twice. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like it, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll be bringing you more videos on business and tech, so stay tuned.